awesome ones, Heather here. And before I get into this video, I just want to say that I don't mind getting older. You know, it's okay to get older. And as a matter of fact, my mom passed away when she was 52 years old. So every day, every week, month, year, it's a gift to me. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to get to the point where I feel, oh my gosh, life has just passed me by, or the best years are gone, you know, that kind of negative feeling. So what I have accomplished is really a youthful mindset, and I've got some tips for you on how I did it. Can't wait to show this video to you, and it all starts in just a few seconds. So how do we get a youthful spirit when people are throwing us over the hill parties, or we're looking at our face and oh, there's another wrinkle there? Well, I've got 7 tips for you today in this video, and starting with tip number 1, which is forget about it. You know me and my weird tips. Well, what do I mean by forget about it? Well, as most of you know, I recently lost my mother-in-law, and she was 96 years old. And one of the things that I learned from her is I was not allowed, it was forbidden to give her a birthday card or celebrate her birthday in any way. And although I thought that was kind of weird, you know, now that I think about it, she wasn't thinking about how old she was getting, because nobody would, maybe when she was 50, somebody had a party for her, but nobody was allowed to make a fuss. And the same thing happened to my grandmother. My grandmother passed away when she was 92 or 93. We actually don't know how old she was because nobody could find her birth certificate. She never told anybody her age, so we just winged it and kind of figured it out ourselves how old she was. But I think that's a great attitude. At a certain age, stop thinking about how old you are. Oh my gosh, you know, I'm now in my 70s, life is over, now in my 80s. Like, no, don't do it. You know, it's okay when you're younger, but maybe just stop having those birthdays, like literally, and have a youthful mindset. Now, this video is all about our youthful spirit and our youthful mindset. But if you want to look and feel youthful as far as your fashion or your skincare or your hair care, there's one other. Oh, and your makeup. I did a video recently. It was called Old to Bold. And what I'll do, there's a lot of information about those subjects. What I'll do is I'll put the link on the end screen of this one so you can take a look at that video. But I wonder what number 2 is. And number 2 is don't look back. Remember at the beginning of the video, I was saying that a lot of people think, oh, the best years are behind me. Well, what about the new years? You know, forget about the old, bring in the new. And really, were they the best years, the old years? I mean, was teenage acne so fantastic, or trying to land your first real job, or maybe the struggles that you had with a marriage? I mean, really, we've got our whole future. We've got decades and decades, and why don't we just look forward to them and really embrace them? So number 3 is don't give up on pursuing dreams. I mean, dreams and goals. You're not going to believe this, but Bill and I, we moved out of this great big home and we downsized, and the size of this home that we're in right now, it's great. We love it. But we have a problem. I really want my pool back. I miss my pool. I miss a bigger yard, and this postage stamp yard that we have here, it just isn't cutting it for me. So just the other day, Bill and I, we went scouting around and looking at houses for sale just from the outside, but we really started building the dream again, and we're moving. We have decided that, you know, by this time next year, we'll be in a home. We're going to have a pool again, and it's really exciting. It just makes me feel so youthful and invigorated. It's kind of like looking for our first home, you know, way back when. So That may sound like a small dream to you, but maybe you have an idea, a hobby that you want to turn into a small business, or maybe you have a creative endeavor that you really always wanted to go for, and now's the time. You may have 40 years to get going on this. And when I think about Colonel Sanders, do you remember Colonel Sanders and his chicken? He had this chicken recipe, and he was 65 years old, and he used his pension money to go out there and start his empire, and we all know what happened there. So you're never too old to have big dreams. And by the way, I do have a chapter in my new book here, Awesome Over 50. It's chapter 8, and it's all about when to find the time to start this new endeavor, or, you know, what happens during the process. And I've had a few businesses in my life, so I've got some information for you. And if you're interested in the book, by the way, just go to Amazon, look up Awesome Over 50, Heather Hyde, that's Hyde. And I just want to give a big shout out, a big thank you to all of you that have been reading the book, and also the reviews that you're giving on it. It warms my heart. It took me about 1.5 years to write it, and thank you so, so much for that. So I'm on number 4, which is all about embracing technology, right? How many of us have a love-hate relationship with that? But I want to do what the younger folks are doing, and so I decided to start streaming movies, start streaming music, get on Zoom, get on FaceTime, and I gotta tell you, it's fantastic. We got Netflix, and I have been binge watching, right, you too, right, Bill? The Crown, and also The Queen's Gambit, and there are no commercials. It's just fantastic. And also, I have one of those pods where, even though I have hundreds of CDs like you do, I can just sort of say to play a certain song or to play a certain album, and just like that, the album is playing. But if you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I don't want to do that because that means Big Brother is watching. Well, I got to tell you, if you got a cell phone, he probably is already watching, so might as well embrace it. And as far as Zoom and some of those FaceTime, they've just been amazing because I've been able to get together virtually with my family and also for business meetings. And also FaceTime was really a blessing because Mary, my mother-in-law, she was in a nursing home in her final days, and the only way we could talk to her, we were in lockdown, was through FaceTime, and it really was a blessing. So I would like to know in the comments, because I'm a learner, I just want to hear what's new out there, what you've discovered in technology and what you're really embracing. So let's all share it together in this community. So my 5th tip is make up a fun list and get out there and play more. It seems that the older we get, the less we really go out and play, and why not go skating? And I already told you how I like to splash around and swim, and there's so many things that you can do. Have fun chasing around the house like I do with my little Yorkie, and it's just so amazing to have some fun and to put the idea of play back into your everyday. And they do say that laughter is the best medicine, and when you're playing, you're laughing, you're having a good time, and I think that's going to help you have a youthful mindset and maybe even help you live longer. So I know this next tip, it seems so obvious, but eat right. Get your vegetables, get your fruits, and also do a little bit of exercise. It is amazing how when you get that into your daily life, you really do start to feel youthful. And I know that lately, if I'm eating too much sugar on the weekend, or maybe I've had a lot of fast food, like heavy food over on a weekend, I feel super groggy on the Monday, and I can barely get myself kind of going. And today happens to be a Tuesday when we're filming this. Bill has got the smoothies going. Today we had a banana and mango and strawberry and blueberry smoothie we're having a stir fry tonight, and we're going to go for a long walk. And that's what you got to do. You got to take everything from the weekend and just say, okay, I'm not going to let this last. I'm going to start on Tuesday and everything's going to get better. And I hope you've got a Tuesday coming up, because it's time, if you're feeling like that, to start revving up your youthful feelings and start on that youthful mindset journey. So the next tip is, who's with you? Sometimes we need some people to kind of cheer us on when we're wearing the red lipstick or the red dress or even the leopard print. And when you sort of get all dolled up and you look at your family and they wonder, what's happening to Mama? Well, Mama is discovering some self-care and some self-love and some energizing ways to feel. And, you know, they have studies, and the studies have proven that women over 51 start to feel invisible. And I'll tell you, I was feeling a little bit like that. And then I started going out actually with my daughter to stores, and she would hand me things like what I'm wearing right now, a red leopard kind of animal print top. And I would go, no, that's just too much for me, until I tried it on. And then I would feel amazing. So now I'm just getting out there, and I'm wearing animal prints and red, and you know, there's just so many things that you can embrace, but you have to say to yourself, I'm doing this for me. And that's the most important thing. And so where do you find these people that are cheerleaders and cheering you on? Well, how about right here? We have a community here that I affectionately call the awesome ones, and we're all here to sort of give you a boost and say, you know what, it's okay. It's okay to wear the red lipstick. It's okay to get out of those dowdy clothes and wearing all black all the time. And why not get off the couch and stop binge watching and get out like a lot of us are doing and embrace these years that are forward, because we are an amazing community here, and the support and the ideas and the shares are just so incredible, and we're here for you. And I just got to tell you, the thing about feeling invisible is it's a path to spiraling down. It's a path where you don't care so much about your self-care or your self-love. And you know, my mom, I mentioned before, she passed away at age 52. And this is one of the reasons why I started Awesome Over 50, because I want us all to, those years she never had, I want us to embrace them. I know I want to embrace them. I want to make the most of them every single day, every single year. And I want to have a bit of vitality when I'm doing it. And that's what I really, really hope for you. You know, the journey to a youthful mindset, it's not hard to do. All you have to do is just maybe jot down some of the things I just mentioned and say, I'm going to get going. I'm going to get on this, and I'm going to get off the old path. So someone else who really thinks he's quite youthful is our little Yorkie, Hurricane. And Hurricane in people years is 65 years old. He still thinks he has a youthful spirit and thinks he's a puppy. He runs around the house to play chase. He goes on 3 walks every single day, and he eats very, very well. So he's a good example for us to stay youthful. And if you've got other ideas, you know, that help you to have a youthful mindset, please share them in the comments. And when Hurricane comes on the scene, he reminds me to talk about future videos. And I have one coming up in fashion. It's called Everything Old is New Again. And this is going to be a good one for shopping our closet, because aren't you noticing that some of the older styles are just coming back? So if we save our clothes a little bit longer, a lot of times we can wear them again. Also, I'll have some hair care coming up and some makeup. Yes, I will. And also some skincare for you. And you know, I was really thinking a lot about my mother-in-law over the past few days, and when I subtract my age from her age, I've got over 30 years left of I've got the choice on how I want to live those years. And when I think about it, I want to live it with a youthful mindset. I don't want to think that I'm getting old, and I really hope that this video really helped you to think about that yourself. And so until we meet again, you are the awesome ones, we are the cheerleaders, and we can all feel youthful.